Well, now a look at some traditions in some African ethnic groups that many consider outdated and harmful. Africa 54's Esther Githui-Ewart is here to tell us more. Esther?
Vincent, as you know, many communities around the world are finding it difficult to eliminate harmful cultural practices such as female genital mutilation and early childhood marriages. Today, we take a look at the Maasai and Pokot communities of Kenya. Many African communities are holding on to traditions and cultural practices that are not only outdated but downright harmful. Collins Nakedi, an educator and youth mentor, recently attended an educational program in the United States. He is from the Pokot community of Kenya, a pastoralist group whose literacy levels are severely low.
My community is 4% literate. And so that means even my president can't communicate directly to my people because we are 96% illiterate.
Nakedi says the situation for Pokot girls is worse. They are not only denied a right to education, but are also forced to go through a cruel tradition of female genital mutilation.
When we talk about female genital mutilation, it's 100% practiced. When we talk about kettle wrestling, it's 100% practiced. So these things are true.
U.S. President Barack Obama recently weighed in on these harmful cultural practices.
The same is true with practices like genital mutilation. That just has to stop. You don't do violence to young girls.
Ben Ole-Koisaba is a social and community development expert at Clemson University in South Carolina. He comes from the Maasai community of Kenya, which also practices female genital mutilation, but is also opposed to the practice.
I disagree totally with female genital mutilation. It's inhuman. I mean, it's infringement of people's not only body rights, but their human rights.
Koisaba says he is a role model and has a 20-year-old daughter who will not go through the cruel procedure. But is there an end in sight for the conservative Maasai community to end the practice?
I know it will gradually go, but there's got to be homegrown solutions.
Female genital mutilation is not the only cruelty facing girls in most African communities. Marrying them off early to older men is also one of the reasons women lag behind economically. Some are even abducted and forced to marry.
You are forcing this little baby whose body has not developed adequately, and you're putting that body of that child in a situation that is going to put her whole life at risk.
President Obama agrees with Koisaba, and he also calls this a bad tradition.
Bride abduction, bad tradition. End it.
Nakedi's father has 6 wives and many children. He is the only one who went to school. So, is there hope that the few educated Pokots can influence positive change in their community?
The expectation is high, but also the journey in terms of learning, in terms of exposure has been great for me. And I believe that we are equal to the measure, that we can go back and change some of those practices.
In most African households, women are the backbone of their families. They are the first person to wake up and the last one to go to bed. But in many cultures, most women are denied their fundamental right to education, and their lives turn into many years of struggle. Now, both Ole-Koisaba and Nakedi, whose communities practice these traditions, agree that education for both men and women is key to eradicating these harmful traditional practices. Vincent?
Well, thank you, Esther, for that fabulous story.